Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Imogen, a Senior Product Manager here on the Frontend Experiences team at Algolia. Today, we're excited to walk you through how Algolia's InstantSearch library can now be used for both search and recommendations with one unified library. I am also joined by two engineers from our team who will be guiding us through some live coding sessions. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, Aymeric here, and I'm a software engineer at Algolia on the Frontend Experiences team.
Hello, I'm Shahmir. I'm a software engineer working on the Frontend Experiences team as well. Welcome.
Great. And here's what we're going to cover in today's session. So first, I'm going to introduce the concept, give you some practical use cases where you can benefit from combining both search and recommendation widgets. And then we'll see two live coding demos from Aymeric and Shahmir. And that'll be showcasing how you can integrate these in different contexts. We'll also have some time at the end for any questions. So what's new? We've made some exciting updates. So our recommend UI components, which were previously a standalone library, are now fully integrated into InstantSearch. This means everything is in one place. So it makes it a lot easier for you to add recommendation widgets alongside search components. There's no more jumping between libraries. It's all now streamlined, which simplifies things and gives developers an all-in-one tool set that's hopefully intuitive to use. So you might be asking sort of why is this update important? So firstly, you can now provide a really seamless user experience. So optimize your page layouts to show relevant products or suggestions alongside search results. And we'll dig into some of the use cases in a second to bring these to life. This is especially useful for boosting engagement and conversions on your sites. And we'll see the different placements where these can be put across your different pages to optimize for those metrics. Plus, it's customizable, so you can actually personalize recommendations based on different users' behaviors and create a more engaging shopping experience. We'll dig into that a little bit more later. So for now, let's look at the first example. Let's take a look at the homepage. When a user lands on the homepage, they might not have a specific intent in mind. They might be more in a browsing mode. This is the perfect place to combine, actually, search and recommendations at that initial entry point to guide their journey. So think of it like this. A user might love your brand, but not know exactly what they're looking for. Using instant search components like the search box or autocomplete, you're giving them a way to quickly find what they want if they do have a specific product in mind. And that's what we call search, where the intent is clear. But many users might not have that intent yet. They're exploring. That's where recommendations come in. So by using the recommend model trending items, this component can show them trending or popular items which can spark their interest. So for example, they might land on the homepage because they like your brand, but they're not sure what to buy. By surfacing recommendations like trending handbags or popular summer outfits, you're helping them discover products they may not have considered, and all without them needing to actively search. This not only helps customers discover more relevant products, but also creates opportunities for upselling and cross-selling directly from the homepage. Now, onto our second use case, which takes us to the product detail page, where combining search and discovery features can be particularly valuable. A user looking at a specific product might also be interested in similar or complementary items. Imagine a user browsing a specific product like a sweater. They might love the look, but wonder what else is out there that's similar or complementary. Maybe they're thinking, what trousers or accessories would go well with this? Or is there a different color or style that I might like? And this is where recommend components come in, and specifically the related products component. By using this model, you can suggest matching items like trousers that go with the sweater or a similar sweater in a different style. And it's all really about offering those additional choices that align with what their user is already interested in, but increases the chances that they'll actually add more to their basket. This not only personalizes the shopping experience, but also helps increase conversions and customer engagement by making product discovery easier and more relevant. Finally, let's look at the last use case at the cart page, which is a crucial step for driving last-minute sales. As users review their cart, this is the perfect moment to suggest they might have missed, or something that they might have missed or forgotten. So imagine taking our previous example, they might have added a couple of sweaters, but I haven't thought about the rest of their outfit. Well, using the recommend component, in this instance, frequently bought together, you can show relevant add-ons such as chinos or jeans, which might go well. Based on what other customers have purchased, this model updates. So if someone purchases a green jumper alongside another product, that will help include it within the frequently bought together model. This also encourages users to explore and add more items before the checkout, so it boosts the total order value. Combining this with the search box on the cart page also ensures that users can still go back and search for and add any last-minute purchases that they want to their cart, again, increasing the average order value. So that covers the 3 use cases that we'll be jumping into for the live coding sessions. And now that you understand these a little bit better, I hope, I'll hand it over to Aymeric, who is going to show you how to integrate search and recommendation components onto a home page. And after that, Shahmir will live code the product detail page and cart page.
Hello again, everyone. So let me share my screen real quick. All right. Okay, you should see my screen now. Perfect. So what we're going to do for this workshop is we're going to see how to add recommend widgets to a pre-existing web application that's already using InstantSearch. So in this instance, this is a template that we have available on our GitHub organization, and it's made with React. And so you have a normal e-commerce pages. So this is the home page with a manually curated collection. You also have an autocomplete, a product listing page. There's a product detail page and the cart, which Shahmir will show you later. But for this first part, what we want to do is to add trending items to the homepage. So let's dig into the code right away. So first thing I want to mention is versions. So you do need specific versions to be able to use recommend in your React InstantSearch or InstantSearch application. So for Algolia search, you need at least 4.24. Or if you're using already the newer API client, starting from v5.0, it already works. As for React InstantSearch, you need at least 7.9. And if you're not using React and you're using InstantSearch, it starts from 4.69.0. Second little thing I want to mention, which is very important with recommend, is user events. So last year, we've made it much easier to send events. So I will show you this page. So it uses InstantSearch. And what's nice now is that in InstantSearch, you have a Boolean prop called insights, which you can just set to true. And this will load the search insights library and automatically send events if you're using hits or infinite hits. If you're using the hooks, you also have a function that's available and that you can use yourself. So let's dive into implementing trending items on this page. So as you can see, there's the banner right here. We have the product showcase with the spring summer collection. And so first thing we want to do, of course, is to import the trending items component from React InstantSearch. And let's put it right under the banner and see what this does. So while you see it does fetch recommendations, but it shows up as just a stringified JSON, which obviously is not great for customers. So what you can do is you can pass an item component. Here, we're just going to reuse the same component and see how it looks like. And all right, we see that there are items. However, the style is not great. So fortunately, what you can do is there's a class names prop, which allows you to set like class names instead of the default ones. So here for the list with Tailwind types, we're gonna display a grid with 3 columns, just the same as the other components. And here we can see that we have our trending items displayed as a grid, just the same as right here. However, we see that it returns a bit too many items. There's 12 items. We would want it to match the same as this component right here. And well, as you guessed it, it's also a prop, which is named limit. So here, let's set the limit to 6. This reloads, and here we see we have 6 trending items. And what's nice with recommend is, as I was saying, with events that's sent by your users, this will automatically change based on what items is most popular. Whereas like this is manual and static. So yeah, it's really nice. It's just one small component. And yeah, that's it for adding trending items. But now let's imagine you have your own design system. You want to use like your own predefined components and so on, or maybe you're using React Native, in which case you don't have access to these DOM components. Well, all of our widgets in InstantSearch are based on a hook. So in this case, it would be use trending items. So let's imagine we want to show only trending bags and we want to completely customize the markup. So what we're going to do is create a trending bags component right here, trending bags.tsx. And what we're going to do is, of course, import, let me hide this, import from React InstantSearch the use trending items hook. All right. Now, of course, if you're using React Native, it would be React InstantSearch Core, but here we're using React DOM, so it's fine. You can also import it from React InstantSearch. And now let's create our trending bags component. Let's export it as well. No prop needed here. And let's see what this use trending items hook returns. So it does return only one items array. And what's nice also in this use trending items is that you can pass some arguments to it. So for example, as we said, we just want to display bags. So here you can set query parameters, just like you would do with the search API. And you can pass facet filters. So here we want to filter on bags. So I'm going to pass list category bags. Let's save so it looks nicer. All right, so this will be filtered. And now let's check that it's properly filtered. So let's return a list with items. Let's iterate on it. Map item, and let's show a list item with item.name, for example. Now we have to add it to our index, of course. Trending bags. Oops, right here. And let's see how it looks like. Okay, so as you see, it does return only bags, only trending bags. And now let's see how we can make it look better. We'll match these for now. But of course, you can customize really the way you want it. Well, that's the point of using the hooks. So yeah, let's put it under a section here with a title. Oops. So just trending bags. Let's add some class like heading uppercase to make it match the rest. Nice. And then for the list, let's make it into a grid as well. Okay, and now what we can do is just reuse this component we had. So it's called product card hit showcase. Let's reuse this. We have to pass a key because this is very important in React. Let's put the object ID as a key. And the item will be item. All right, we need to import it, of course. And ta-da, yes, we have our trending bags displayed. But as you can see, there's a little TypeScript error. So use trending items, it returns the generic InstantSearch base-it type. But here we're expecting our own type. What you can do in use trending items, as it's generic, is pass a type, product hit, oops, let's import it, right? And now, as you can see, there's no type error anymore. Let's just do that to make it look prettier. All right, okay, so as you can see, this is how you can customize trending items to your liking, or just like use the pre-built component. It's that easy. And yeah, just very customizable. So now let's move over to Shahmir. Oh no, maybe, yeah, we can answer some questions first.
Yeah, we've actually just, we have a couple in the chat, which I've tried to answer, but we have another related to, I guess, from my side, actually. What are some of the issues or challenges that people might face when implementing both search and recommendations on the homepage? Are there any complexities that are added by adding multiple different components?
Well, as you can see, it's really seamless. Like it's just everything comes from InstantSearch. You don't have to add another like context or anything. Just have your InstantSearch component somewhere up the tree, and then you can add like a mix of search and recommend widgets. The queries will be sent in parallel. Actually, I can show you right here. Network, fetch. Yeah, as you can see, recommendations and queries, they've been sent at the same time. So no, there's really no particular issue using both.
Fab. Over to you, Shahmir.
I'll stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, I'll start sharing my screen. Thank you, Aymeric. Let's see. All right. Let me know if the code is visible. I might switch over to like a light theme, but I think it is fine. Okay, so we're going to move on from Aymeric's changes. Like Imogen mentioned, we're going to go into a products detail page, right? So we like the sweater and we want to go into their details page, right? Below, this seems a bit empty, and usually buyers would expect like related products to be here, so that maybe they want something similar to this and they can't find it on the main page, and they can just go click ahead and view that product instead. So that's what we're going to do with InstantSearch, and it's very similar to how the trending items component was done. We're going to import a related products component from React InstantSearch here, and this needs a different prop, which is called an object IDs prop, right? This is basically how you say that the related products are going to be related to this specific product ID, right? So we have an object ID already over here, and we're gonna add this as a list here, right? So if we save this, hopefully it's the same. Okay. Then we're going to do the same like component stuff that was done with the turning items component, right? So item component, and I think this is the hit showcase one, hopefully. Yeah, so it's again very similar to the trending items one. We're going to update the styling here to make it maybe a grid of 6 columns with the gap, and see if that works. Nice. Okay, so again, it's a bit much, so maybe put a limit on here for 10 products as well, right? So this looks okay, but maybe you want like a carousel, so that's like a horizontal scrolling list. And if you've seen like an Amazon page, it's usually like a carousel which users can scroll through, so that this doesn't become too big, right? So luckily for us, we have a very convenient layout component called carousel, which is provided by React InstantSearch as well, right? This won't work as it is because we will need some styling, and that's provided in the InstantSearch.css package. So I have that already installed, but it's basically just npmi InstantSearch.css. That's going to install the package, and you have to import it here. So I'm going to import the InstantSearch CSS themes and then reset.css. So InstantSearch.css does provide a few themes. The reset one is more like a base theme, which resets all InstantSearch components. And it also provides some minimal stylings for a few components as well. So that includes the carousel one. So if we save this, you can see we have a working carousel horizontal scroll bar here with just a few lines of code. And you can remove this. Yeah, that looks pretty good, right? So let's say we like this sweater. We're going to add this to our cart, and we like this sweater as well. So you can see it's all like related to that main sweater that we had on the product page. So we like this one as well. And if we go to the cart page, we have these two added, but again, the cart page is pretty empty here. And again, buyers might expect like some more related items, or maybe like frequently bought together items. So customers who've previously bought these items have also bought these, and that provides a convenient way to add them right away into your cart. So if we go to the cart component page, yeah, here. So again, very similar syntax or API probably to the rest of them, which is called, we're going to import a frequently bought together component and give them some object IDs. These are from this cart hook, and this is a list of object IDs. So here we have multiple object IDs, and basically what InstantSearch does in this case is it gets all those recommendations for those multiple items. It merges them in sort of a way that it removes duplicates, and it gives you like a convenient flattened list. So you don't have to do like nested array stuff, basically. Again, we're going to have an item component, hit showcase, and limit. I don't think that's needed, but just in case, a limit. And you could also make a carousel here, but I think we're just going to go with a simple grid list, grid calls, and with the gap and root, maybe some margin, and below the title as well. 2, I think that should be good. Yeah, okay, it works. Yay. Maybe 6 is too much. Okay, 4. Okay, a bit better. But you can see here that people who bought these things might be interested in like a jacket or maybe shorts. I don't know if shorts go with sweaters, but jackets on sweaters, stuff like that. So I think hopefully this is a good showcase on how easy it is to have recommend widgets implemented if you're already using InstantSearch. I think we can move on to the questions now, right?
Yeah, thanks, Shahmir. We've had a couple of questions that have come up during the session, and Aymeric's had a go at answering some of them eloquently, which is great. One question that came up is sort of how does, I guess, frequently bought together work? Are there specific cases where people can sort of customize it further? I know that there's kind of a question around how related products and trending items are different from each other.
Mm-hmm. So the frequently bought together one, I can answer that. If you go to the dashboard page, you have like a couple of options when you're starting to train your model, right? Frequently bought together model. Minor ones include like you can limit the number of recommendations that model is going to give per item. You can probably customize like the events are going to be consumed by the model to train itself to see which items it actually has to recommend. And you can also adjust, like it's a radio button where you can say whether this model is relaxed or more strict. And the basic difference between those two is that the strict one is like very, as the name says, it's very strict. That's specifically the users who have bought these items with these items are going to be recommended. With relax, it's more like a general recommend. So the model can say maybe these items could also be bought together with these ones. Again, as the name says, basically.
The ones using conversion events, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice. That's great. I don't see any other questions. I don't know, Aymeric, if you've spotted any. Otherwise, I can finish up by just sharing my screen quickly. So lastly, just on the screen here, hopefully you've now seen the power of the unified library. We're really excited for you to try this out in your own projects. You can dive deeper into the documentation by checking out the QR code that's on the screen right now. And also, we're happy to take any other questions if any come up in the chat. I think Christopher has asked a couple actually just now. Can you restrict some items manually from any of the lists getting returned? I don't know if that's something that you want to answer, Aymeric.
I think maybe there's something directly on the dashboard with recommend, like probably you may be able. I'm not too sure because really, Shahmir and I, we work on the library itself on InstantSearch only. If you don't want to show any shorts or sweaters, you could also set filters. Like say in facet filters, you don't want it to be in this category or this category. This works. With really, you can set all the filters that you can send to the search API. You can do it with recommend.
Perfect.
You can also do this on a model level. So some of the models, they support like facet customization. So maybe specific facets or attributes, you can train on that.
Fab. Thanks, everyone. If that's the end of the questions, we'll pause there. Thank you so much for your attention. Appreciate it. Thanks, Shahmir and Aymeric. That went off quite well for a live coding session. So very happy with that. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.